Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Going On Daily Live, the show with some technical difficulties at 8:11 a.m., 10:11 a.m. If you are in South Carolina with JJ,
we made it.
We're fashionably late. It's fine. It's no big deal. We got a good
It's
show.
unusual that both of us had the technical difficulties.
Well, I get here. I was about 5 minutes early, and Ron's like, "Oh, no JJ yet." And then we see your message, technical difficulties. And we're like, okay, no big deal. Then all of a sudden I'm just like glitching out. And he's like, where are you today? I'm like, same place I am every day in my office. And then I ended up having to restart everything. So here we are. It seems to be okay. I don't seem to be glitching too bad. And neither are you. So
and I'm not glitching, which is a good thing too.
We're going to run with it today, and it's going to be a great show. Now, we're continuing Military Week here on Going On Daily. That being said, I didn't do any military topics because I did 2 on Tuesday or Monday, whatever.
What were the 2 things you did on Tuesday?
The difference between Remembrance Day and Veterans Day.
Oh, what is the difference?
Well, nothing really. Like Veterans Day is focusing more on current military, current and past military, honoring anyone who's serving. Remembrance Day focuses more on like those who have lost their lives for it. So actually, I guess I only did one topic on that. I did also the origin of like the poppy, which we wear on Remembrance Day, the poppy on your left chest. But then I also did ocean fun facts. I forgot about that. But today I'm just doing fun. The whole day is fun facts. You and me are all about the fun facts today.
We're all about the fun facts. I should have done a lively update. That'll have to wait for next week because there's so much going on.
You still could. Okay, let's start off with the lively update. Let's hear it.
Well, yeah. So, Justin decided, like his camp decided not to resubmit because, the lawsuit was thrown out.
Yes.
Then they were like, oh, so he doesn't have, he must not have the case to be able to win it. And when you read through it, it's more of, no, his lawyers really wanted to change judges because the judge clearly is biased. Oh, and so if he would have refiled with that same judge, then it wouldn't be able to be fought in appeals versus he's waiting to let it go through and then he can refile it as an appeal to get a new judge.
Interesting. Okay, so it's not over.
No, they're still going to go into court March of 2026
Okay, this is exciting.
It's exciting. I mean, and then Blake outlined her list of grievances that she's asking for $160 million.
Oh, sorry, pardon? 160 million.
160 million for lost revenue.
Like she's not working because everyone thinks she's
she was like, it's like $40 million worth of like not working, lost jobs, 30 million for lost revenue of her hair coloring, and like 30 million or something for the loss of her booze, the Betty Booze stuff. So it's like people were going, that's such a, it's like the lively math of
what for her hair dying? I don't understand.
Yeah, because of that, because she launched it all that week at the premieres of This Ends With Us. She launched 2 of those companies during
the I see. So I thought like she lost her hairdresser and she was suing for that.
The smear campaign, she feels like, I my companies they didn't succeed because of the smear kit. It's like, girl, that was one of the reasons the media was calling you out, was that it was clearly you were pushing your products. But what people were laughing at is like Pantene, one of the most successful brands in hair care is only worth like 33 million.
And it's been around for like decades.
Forever. But she's going, I think I'm owed 40 million in lost revenue.
maybe a million, like maybe a million.
Maybe. So
Like her husband, I don't know much about him other than he's Canadian. I don't just like him because he's Canadian, but like
I was like, wait a minute.
you think at some point he's like, you got to stop. You're being a psychopath. You're being crazy. Or is he like full Team Blake and is like, yeah, way to go. We're doing it.
I don't know.
Ryan's about to bounce. That's
I
wrong.
think they're both. He might be feeding that, but clearly, I think Taylor Swift and some of their friends are pulling back to going, you people are psycho. Like there is
literally
wrong with you people.
Like at some point you got to look at yourself in the mirror and go, okay, like I have no friends and people don't want to buy my products and everyone thinks I'm a little crazy. Maybe I am.
I
at
think
some point you got to say
it'd be time to like look hard mirror.
You would think, but here we are, a year and whatever into this. It is still going strong.
So silly. So silly.
Absolutely ridiculous. Well,
there you go. We'll keep it.
We may not get another update until March. We'll see.
I don't know. It's the crazy town. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it should be a reality show. You're right, Ron. It should.
It will be when it goes to court.
Or like a sitcom.
Yes. Somebody should write. That would be a good liftoff point of like doing a show based on what they think the craziness is going on in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you for the update.
You're welcome.
And you don't get a break. You're going to keep talking about South Carolina and the military.
So it is. It is military week, and South Carolina, which is where I'm from, or I live. It is. This is a state we have seen more battles in the Revolutionary War, Civil War than any other colony. We were the first, not to say that this was a, proud moment or anything, but South Carolina, like I'm not saying this with pride, but just historical fact of South Carolina was the first colony, the state to succeed from the Union, which is, that's no secret of South Carolina wanted to keep the slaves. So,
South Carolina loved their slaves.
Well,
no secret. It's okay. I don't think anyone's watching this seeing you and going, oh, JJ's a sympathizer. No, I don't think so.
No.
We don't have to love our history even if we live here.
That's right. But yeah, the another fun fact, so the CSS Hunley, which was the submarine to sink the first warship, was built here in South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, little fun facts. Little fun.
I love that.
The whole country has a bad history.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's fair. That is a very fair thing to say. It does.
Right. But yeah, the first shots fired in the Civil War was right here in South Carolina at Fort Sumter in 1861. Again, the first combat submarine, the CSS Hunley, which was a Confederate submarine. It was the first one to sink an enemy warship in combat. And it was the submarine. It was raised from the ocean floor in 2000, in the year 2000, and is now preserved down in Charleston. So
so you can probably see it in like a museum or something.
Yeah, you can go walk through it.
Very cool.
And again, first state to succeed the Union. Not saying that's a proud moment, just and then we've got the largest training center. It's called Fort Jackson. It's the largest U.S. Army training center, and trains nearly half of all new recruits each year for the country's military.
Country, wow!
The entire country trains. Half of our military goes through Fort Jackson.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Where did the other half go? Do you know offhand?
I'm sure many other military bases, probably, whether it's North Carolina has a Fayetteville is a huge military base. I'm sure somewhere in Texas.
Oh, I'm sure of it. It would have to be. We'll ask Chuck on Monday.
That's right. The other fun fact is South Carolina in terms of, you know, we Tuesday was Veterans Day, right, to honor veterans. South Carolina is the best state in the country for the benefits and perks for veterans.
Wow, really?
Yep. So
Amazing.
it's, there's like 5 top states. South Carolina is the top. Then it's like Maryland, I think Virginia is on there, Texas is on there, Alaska is on there, but South Carolina is one of the best. They get property tax exemptions. They have different discounts for also purchasing homes. There's a lot of veteran perks and benefits, but it's one of the best ones.
Quite honestly, there's no reason why any veteran needs to struggle when they come home as far as like psychological services, medical services, finances, and yet somehow that seems to be excluded from a lot of funding. I know in Canada, a lot of our veterans are struggling. People think, oh, Canada, peacekeepers, they don't see anything. That's not the case. They see things like the American military sees things, and they come home and they're messed up after. And there's very few supports.
There is not enough. We work with an organization here in the upstate called Upstate Warrior. And they work tirelessly to, and they've got a network within the state of how do we help military vets come in and how do we transition them back into society? Because it's really hard, like some organizations, they fit really well. Like, companies like Michelin like to hire military vets because there's structure, there's discipline. They can put them in.
Yes.
If they think like engineers, they can run operations, very structured, sustaining. So they like that. But there is and Michelin does a really good job of working with vet organizations in that transition of, because just from combat fatigue or PTSD, how do you transition to be around other people that are non-military?
For sure.
Yeah,
I would imagine it's a pretty lonely life when you come back.
Yeah. So we're I will say South Carolina does a really good job, and the organizations here and some of the companies that are based here.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, there you go. There's my fun facts.
South Carolina military. I love it. I had no idea. Again, I like to think I know a little bit about South Carolina, and yet I don't at all. I know nothing. So that's awesome. I mean, minus wanting slaves. We don't love that.
Right. But it's like, I was surprised at how, I knew we were military or vet friendly. I didn't realize how high we ranked.
Yeah.
Because that's about the only thing that we rank high on, right? Education, we're at the bottom.
Well, I can see that.
We're at the bottom of everything, like everything else. We're one of the poorest states. We're the most dependent state on federal.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I think we're
the fattest people. We're the most unhealthy people.
Oh,
like we are.
Yep.
We're bottom.
I think you guys have some of the best news headlines. Yes. So I mean, next to Florida, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
So the fact that we were number one on something positive, I was like,
number one in our hearts, JJ. As one of the only places in the States I've been to, it has my heart.
There you go.
Although I haven't been to any of the beachy places, so really what I've seen is like Greenville, like barely even Greenville.
Well, don't compare beach like Myrtle Beach, because that's really the Walmart of the beaches.
I've heard that's where poor people go to the beach, is what I was told by my family. You don't go there; it's for poor people. And I was like, wow, okay.
I just got, yeah, it is, it's, it's a scene. It's a scene.
Well, then I'd have to go. I'd
Yeah.
have to go and see
It's
it
it's
because,
like wall people, right?
yeah,
It's you go to Walmart, you look around, and those it's the Walmart of beaches. That's what you'll see.
I love it.
Yeah,
Amazing. Well, thank you for the
you're
info on South Carolina here. Before I get into my topic, more fun facts on this fun fact day,
that's right.
let's tell everybody where they can find us. So we are live currently on Rumble and Twitch and Kick and Twitter and YouTube, Rhode Island Broadcasting or RI_broadcasting. And of course, Twitter at Broadcasting RI. And if you can't be with us live at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, you can be with us after the fact in audio only on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. And if you can't be there, or if you want to know more about us, follow us on any of our social medias. We have MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Space, Hey, Gab, Parlor, Hey, at RI Broadcasting, Twitter at Broadcasting RI, and of course our Patreon at RI Broadcasting, where you can support the show, keep it in business, get yourself some swag. We also have a Facebook. Don't think we forgot about that, but you can follow us on Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show. And you can go to our website at RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, where we continuously have a Hall of Fame that you can vote for. And of course, you can find all of our socials and everything on our website as well. But this month we are doing actors. So we got Philip Seymour Hoffman, Sean Penn, Robin Williams, Tom Hanks, and Gene Hackman. Who would have your vote, JJ?
It's such a hard, like Tom Hanks and Robin Williams are there, but then it's like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He is so good.
Was so good. You so last week I was saying like my favorite role of Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's done amazing work, right?
Yeah,
amazing. They all have. Like love Robin Williams.
They really have, yeah.
But Along Came Polly is
that's a funny movie. That's a very funny
character,
movie.
and it's I probably quote him in that movie more than most other movies.
No way. Well, make sure you go and vote for him. I just logged on right now and I voted for Philip Seymour Hoffman.
There you go. Oh,
because I don't think he's gonna win it. Not when you're in a competition with Robin Williams
and Tom Hanks. I mean, you think of like Tom Hanks.
Those are, I mean, they're all great actors, really. Great. I think Robin Williams is gonna take it. I'm pretty sure he's in the lead. But Philip Seymour Hoffman, you're right. His life was cut so short, and he was like just starting to see that insane.
Like all of his roles are very emotional. Like, it just, I love them. Yeah.
It's a shame. But anyways, that's where you can go vote at RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. And that is all of our socials that you can follow us on. Okay, so a fun fact day on Military Week, which has nothing to do with military right now. I came across this little article. Do you like to read?
Oh,
are you a reader?
Yeah. I'm a reader. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What a dumb question, Becky. You know this. So, I mean, authors can be weird. I'll say it. Authors can be a little bit weirdos.
Yeah.
Right. And that's okay. It's probably what makes them super creative. Makes their mind.
That's where some of our best movies have come from a book. Like it was.
Yes.
I mean, and some of the weirdest movies and the twist and the were based off of a movie, like of a book.
For sure. Yeah. So I thought, let's do some fun facts about authors. And by fun facts, I mean probably more like creepy facts, but I didn't want it to seem like a Halloween episode. So I just said it was fun facts. Whoa. So Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Which, as we know, is a whack book. This is gross. He wanted to marry an 11-year-old named Alice Liddell when he was 31 years old. His obsession with her is widely believed to have inspired his famous story. Yuck. I mean, whack is one thing.
As in, like, come here, little girl, eat this.
Eat this cake. Watch something get bigger when I eat this cake. That's what it is. Yeah, that's a boner joke. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, yucky. So they're all kind of along the line of yuck.
Right.
So H.P. Lovecraft, I actually don't know this person.
Oh,
He's
he
got
is,
a book called The Shadow over Innsmouth.
because he
Innsmouth?
believed in different realms
Really?
and
Well,
yes, and supernatural. Like he felt like there was a portal here that like um uh monsters from hell could or
what?
from other worlds could enter. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If only he had lived to see CERN in Switzerland. Whoa. Okay, so he had written this book, Shadow over Innsmouth or Innsmouth. It came out a year before he died. It was such a not well-selling book. He only
Right.
sold 200 copies and apparently died of poverty at 46 years old. Is
That's
that
a shame.
terrible?
That's
That's it.
terrible.
Yeah. Now, if he was into all kinds of stuff, he might have actually died from drugs. Who knows? Who knows? But whatever. All right, Patricia Highsmith. She's the author of The Talented Mr. Ripley, another great movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
She once attended a party with 100 snails in her purse, calling them her companions for the evening. I mean, that's just wholesome. I don't know. I'm not going to knock that. That's just wholesome.
Well, so she would talk to him and what, feed him? Oh, let me take something from the buffet.
Yeah, exactly. Like lean into her purse, being like, oh, this guy is so weird over there. You know,
Yeah.
odd,
Hold
odd
on,
behavior.
my friends. This one's Ethel. This
Yeah, exactly. Can you just open it up and there's 100 snail? I don't want to touch a single snail, but this girl had 100 of them in a party.
in her purse. In her
In
purse.
her purse. I wonder if they were free or if they were like in a jar. I don't.
Just in
Either
the purse.
way,
Yeah.
I would have left them at home probably. They would have probably been better just chilling. But what do I know? Charles Dickens, as we know, famous author, Christmas classic coming up. Muppets Christmas Carol is by far my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the other Christmas carols are fine, but the Muppets one really has my heart.
Right. When I like Scrooge, the kind of twist to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the Bill Murray one. Yeah, that's a good one too. He was a real life ghost hunter and he was a member of the Ghost Club, which was London's oldest paranormal investigation group.
Wow.
He was also obsessed with and practiced hypnotism, which at the time was called mesmerism. Interesting,
Yeah.
hey?
It's interesting. I didn't know that about him.
Yeah,
That makes me like him even more, I think.
right. Jules Verne, we know Jules Verne, of course. He wrote, what is it, Around the World in 80 Days? Is that what that is?
Was it 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Was that
Yeah, he
him?
wrote that one too. Yeah.
But
Gulliver's
he,
Travels, did he write that one as well?
no.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, then
But
ignore me.
he believed in underground worlds, like
Hey, they all seem to be
Earth,
into
Earth
something like
people.
this. Maybe
Right.
they knew, like Middle Earth, yes, or
Middle
Inner
Earth
Earth.
people. Yeah, he felt
Yeah.
like there was a whole nother discovery under the ocean.
Well, I'm not saying he's wrong, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. So he came out with a book in 1863 called Paris in the 20th Century. Now they shelved his book because
Right.
they said that it was pessimistic and lackluster. But he was talking about, or he had actually predicted gas-powered cars, fax machines, electric street lighting, maglev trains. I'm not sure what that is, the record industry, and the internet. But yeah, he was told that it was pessimistic and lackluster. Like that'll never amount to anything, Jules
Right.
Verne. And then it was discovered, this book was rediscovered in 1989 and published 5 years later. So maybe get your hands on that one. It's called Paris in the 20th Century.
I'm gonna have to
And
read that. Yeah.
1863. That is awesome. Can you imagine thinking about those things and then it coming true? Like that's wild to me.
I'm gonna have to pull that one up. No, that's a good one.
Yeah. George Orwell, we know, 1984.
Right.
He named the torture chamber in that book, he named it Room 101.
Mm.
and he named it after the conference room at BBC headquarters when he had to sit through meetings. So the conference room was called Room 101. I guess it was such an unpleasant experience for him.
Yeah,
But
because
he
he's
named
probably
it
like
Corporate Chamber.
creative. I deal with that because we have creative people all the time. It's like death by meeting. Like it dreads.
Literally.
He was probably one of those like, why are we meeting? What's happening?
That's
I did not know that. That is fascinating. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's good.
Here's another author I do not know. William S. Burroughs. He was the author of Naked Lunch. Accidentally killed his common law wife, Joan Vollmer, in Mexico during a drunken game of William Tell. I had to think at first before I read further.
What is
I'm
that?
thinking, like, isn't that the apple on the head guy? And
where you shoot like an archery? Like an arrow on.
So he was aiming to shoot a glass on her head, and he missed, and he fatally struck her, of course. He then fled to the US and avoided serving his full sentence for homicide. Good for him.
I was like, US, they should have shoot him back.
Listen, obviously his wife had also been drinking in said game.
Yeah, to go.
And she's like, yeah, do it. Shoot this off my head, do it. And then he shot her in the face, and then now he's going to jail for homicide. Whoopsies. Yeah. Yeah. Mark Twain. We all know Mark Twain, of course. He was born on the day when Halley's Comet flew by Earth. He said, I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it. Halley's Comet did appear next on April 21st, 1910, which was also the day that he died.
Oh.
He didn't die by suicide, did he? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But how did he know? How did he know? Crazy. I love stuff like that, like the unexplained phenomena. I love that.
Because we're conspiracy there. Like there's got a reason.
Yeah, I need to know why. There's obviously something logical behind it. J.M. Barrie, he's the author of Peter Pan.
That's right. My favorite books. Right there.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. He lost his older brother in an ice skating accident when Barrie was only 6.
Yeah.
To comfort his grieving mother, this is twisted. To comfort his grieving mother, he had to dress up like his brother, which likely influenced his creation of a boy who was never growing up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot for mom to put on.
Right.
That's a lot, mom. Get yourself regulated, okay? Oh boy.
He wrote the most beautiful books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never read, I'm not a huge reader. I like to, but mostly what I read is like self-help or like nonfiction. I really do like fiction. I just never read them. So, Fyodor Dostoevsky, author of Crime and Punishment, was sentenced to death by firing squad in 1849. I don't know why. Maybe it was.
Did it happen?
No, his sentence was commuted in the last moment. The very last moment they commuted it and sentenced him to 4 years of hard labor.
Wow.
Like these punishments in the 1800s were no joke, or in any time other than now were no joke.
Right.
They were like, kill him. They're like, don't kill him, but he's going to work the fields hard for 4 years. Like that.
But we'll chop off one of his hands.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So we'll make him think like he stole bread in the market square. Yeah. But that is it. That is all my fun facts about authors.
That's good.
Kind of fun. Kind of creepy, kind of fun. Kind of interesting.
I'm going to look at, need to go find that. But Paris in the 20th century.
Yeah. Paris in the 20th century. I'm sure it's on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon. I'm sure of it. I don't know, but maybe just go to your library and just rent it. Probably. Yeah. Well, who knows? If your libraries are anything like our libraries here, it's probably well censored. So hard to say. I did buy 1984 though, like during COVID, because I thought.
Oh, you'd never read it? That's one of my favorite books. We
never had to read it in school. Which was surprising. But I bought it, and I bought Animal Farm, and there was one other, Brave New World. I bought all 3 at the time because I thought, man, what is happening to our world right now during COVID? Like everyone is stuck inside their houses.
Right. How much he predicted stuff. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a couple decades off, but Zuckerberg censored us. Yeah, Ron, I know. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's move on. Superpowers, that's you. We're
Oh,
talking, are we talking superheroes? Are we talking
so,
what are we talking about?
everybody has a gift, right?
Yes.
So I was gonna like, do you know what your superpower is?
I have zero gifts.
That's not true. Everybody was born with one.
It's so funny because every time, like in church, right, it's a big thing. Like, what are your spiritual gifts? Like, God gave everyone talent, and that's so true, right? And me and my friend would always look at each other and we'd be like, we don't have gifts. And they're like, that's not true. You have this. And then so we were like, had to fill out this spiritual gifts questionnaire, basically. Like, do you love serving? Are you good at prayer? Are you good at worship? Are you good at whatever, administration, all these things? And mine always came up mercy, like being merciful.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, there's no way that's you. You're mean. And I was like, I'm not mean. She's like, you're the most cutthroat girl I've ever met. And I'm like, I am merciful.
But mercy is, kindness is radical candor is being direct, but being kind. Like you have to give people feedback so that they are better. You might be somebody's mirror, right?
But I'm really not, though. I don't know why she doesn't think I'm merciful. Like, I love charity. I have such a heart for homeless people, for people less fortunate. That's merciful. But she's like, there's no way it's mercy. So now anytime we hear anything about gifts, spiritual gifts, talent, and I'm like, mercy. I'm merciful. So yeah, all that to say, I actually have no idea what I'm good at. I'm nice. I'm a nice person, I think.
Well, I'm sure you have other superpowers. Well, if I gave you a magic wand or whatever, what superpower would you want to have?
What's the kind where you can no, I was going to say the kind where you just like lose weight instantly. No, I don't want that. I want to go back in time. Man, 2015, 2016, 2017. Those were good.
Time traveler.
Yeah.
Ron wants to be invisible.
Why though? Why would you want to be? You just want to do it so you don't.
No
one else to talk to you.
What do you?
Ron's a peeping Tom.
Ron's a
peeping Ron. So I can see every event. How about just make it so you're so powerful that you can go to every event without being invisible?
Just do what is it where you, transport.
Like teleportation.
Teleportation, transport.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. You just like show up in a different country.
That'd be awesome. You just kind of go, I want to be there. Yeah,
that would be cool.
No, I was saying everybody has kind of their superpowers. I would want to be a transporter, whether that's in transporter location or transport in time. I think that would be
time travel. I mean, most of the people in life who are depressed are depressed because they're really envisioning what their life used to be like. They're wishing that they were back there. And I had to send a picture of my passport yesterday to a lady I'm traveling with soon. And she was like, wow, look how beautiful you are. And then I'm like, 2018 was a good year for me. And then I send her a picture of my current ID. And I'm just like, okay.
I aged well. That was that's like a fine wine year. That was a good one.
Right. Like a fine cheese.
Or when you see people on Facebook, you're like, what year was that? That's like you do not look like that anymore. What do you do?
You know those posts that go around, they like go up to people and they're like, what year did you graduate? And they're like, whatever year. I saw one last night and I was like, there's no way those people graduated in the 2000s. Those people graduated in the 80s at least.
Right. There's no way. Otherwise, you lived a really hard life.
Yeah, right. Like smoking cigs nonstop or something. Because dang. But yeah, time travel for sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to completely change subjects here.
No, that was but yeah, everyone kind of has their gifts. I always say for real life, like superpower is curiosity is my superpower.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that's my whole business is based on that of using curiosity as a strategy to uncover where businesses are struggling. but I love it. Like it's a lot of people don't think of it. It truly is like a superpower.
And picturing you like a little kid. Like, why? Tell why?
Right.
Why?
I am known as the question person, but also training kind of our team to also be to look within and
Yeah,
to inquire. It's like, did you ever watch the movie Moneyball with
with Brad Pitt.
was in it?
Yeah, yeah.
You think of like Billy Bean. He was the GM of the Oakland A's, right?
Yeah.
He changed the entire game because he was curious, right? He's sitting, and the way that he led the team and really broke through was all through curiosity. Where there's a scene in the movie where he's sitting in the room with all the scouts, right?
Yeah.
And these scouts all have decades of experience, and they're like, well, we know talent. They're going like, that kid's got a good face, or, he looks like a ball player. Oh, this guy, he does this, and he's going to be, trying to figure out where do they need to invest in the players. And he kind of cuts through and he's like, well, wait a minute. If that guy you're saying is such a good hitter and he's on our team, why aren't we winning?
Fair.
Right. So, he, and that whole scene, and, as they start arguing with them, he just reframes everything and asks them another question. Right. And so he starts challenging kind of the outdated scouting system of, he challenges the assumptions. He's asking other questions. He's not arguing with them. He just asks the question. So it's, he was like, what does it even mean to be a good ball player? And really like changed the game of looking at stats. That's where Jonah Hill kind of character came in, looking at the data to go, how do we use data and insights to be able to then stack the team to be a winning team? But it literally changed the game. I mean, to this day, now that's how scouts look. That's what the teams look. But it wasn't until he really started asking, it wasn't, everyone's looking at the problem the same way. He looked at it and said, let me just get really curious of, they're not solving the problem. How do we win? Right?
Can I just stop you for a second?
What?
Sometimes I just love Ron's writing.
Right.
Analytics.
Analytics.
Ron, we were trying not to talk about anals today. Analytics.
Oops. Ops. Instead of oopsies.
Ron I just picture him like typing too fast and he's like, oh no, not with these two. Some mature people would not call that out, but here we are.
But it's like fascinating when we tell people about it's a lot of time leadership and owners of companies. It's, sometimes there's that pressure of and you're starting your business and all that stuff. It's we find ourselves trying to figure out all the answers, and sometimes we just need better questions.
Yeah.
And be super curious. And my favorite, like when you look at like brands that have kind of done that, have won because they use curiosity as their superpower. It's like Lego. Lego was that company started in 1971, I think.
Lego
almost went bankrupt in 2000, like 2000, 2003. They almost went bankrupt, and
it's insanely huge.
And now, and they kind of took a step back and went, wait a minute, we're just selling product, right? We're pushing out, we're producing toys. And they took a step back and said, what do really who's really using our products? Why do they use it? And started like curiosity. And they became, you know what? We're not going to be a toy maker. We're going to be an imagination company.
And it's literally taken off.
And it turned it around so that started in 2005. By 2010, they became one of the most profitable companies in the globe. But they all, like, just 10 years prior, they almost went bankrupt.
I could see that. That is,
but curiosity allowed that became their superpower of how to win. So I love those kind of stories. Or, WD-40. How do you know that product?
No.
Right.
Yeah, I do know the product, but I
But
don't know any stories about it.
yeah. So that was founded on um, uh, W is water displacement is what it is. That's the product. A water displacement lubricant.
Okay.
But 40 came from there were 39 failed attempts.
Oh, wow.
So the owner, the founder said, the creator was like, wanted to celebrate the fact that they failed 39 times. And that's why that's why it's called WD-40.
I love that.
But it was like curiosity kept them going to be able to create a winning product. So
That reminds me of Chuck when we have our shows. He's like, you can find me at Chuck Allen 210. He's like, because there's 209 other Chuck Allens out there.
right. But yeah,
That's
so it's like, we try to help also found like companies and founders and individuals to go, what's the superpower? Mine happened to be curiosity, and I founded the company based on that. But others are, other people on the team. It could be, connections, or it could be, innovation and design and never giving up, persistence. So yeah, it's like, so I know you have a superpower. Everyone does.
I'm just really nice. I don't know. I'm fairly open-minded. Like I would always say I'm empathic for sure. Like anyone who's going through a situation, it's like my heart hurts with you.
Yeah.
And so I really I don't see a lot of bad in people. I often will just see the good in people because
you're an optimist.
Oh, yeah. I'm a disgusting optimist.
Becky, I think you're an optimistic cynic because you love conspiracy theories.
I do. It's like it's hard for the conspiracy side in me to also be optimistic because
you're a cynic and you're
like let down over and over again. So yeah, I try to see the good in it.
That's your superpower. You're like, I'm optimistic, but I see you. I'm
Yes, exactly. Very cool.
Yeah. So there you go. We all have
that. Ron says his would be leadership. I think he's right in that.
Yeah.
And also creativity.
I think connectivity. I think Ron,
that's a good one.
Because you see not connection, like how to lead people, but then how to connect them, and then see how to connect in the outward space and the creativity of the connections.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think it's connectivity is Ron's superpower.
I love that.
Yeah. We should analyze everybody on the team.
Ooh, we should do that. I can create as well. Very cool, Ron. Right. Awesome. Okay, well, we are almost at time. Actually, we're making pretty good time here, but I mean, for starting I mean, we're making pretty good time.
Yeah.
So, Ron, pick an account to comment with, please.
Like that.
Love it. It's not wrong for sure. So you're from this kind of part of the world, and I've only just learned about this Appalachia.
Oh yeah.
So it's full of weirdness. And so
it's right in my back door. Right.
Yeah. And so it had come, like I'd seen it on TV or on socials or whatever. And I said to my husband, like, oh my gosh, like what?
Do you remember the movie Deliverance?
Yes. I never saw it, but yes.
That's the Appalachian people. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm going to give you some fun facts about it, but go ahead. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of inbreeding out there. It's like the movie Wrong Turn.
It's mountain folk. Yeah.
Mountain folk, yeah. And so I keep now, of course, because I've mentioned it one time, I keep seeing it constantly on my socials, like especially Facebook, man. Facebook is always listening. And so I keep coming up with all these different things. And now I was going to talk about it on our Halloween episodes, and I never did. But man, I find it so fascinating. Appalachia, it's the most bizarre. Some of the things that people believe in and some of the things that people say they see, are they actually seeing it? is it actual truth that they're talking about?
Right.
I don't know. So I asked ChatGPT to just tell me more about it. Like, I need to know.
The
So,
Appalachian Trail.
okay, like I don't know anything about this. I'm new, like I've only known about Appalachia for like a month. So this is brand new information to me.
Okay.
So it was saying that the reason why Appalachia has so much folklore is because number one, historically isolation, like the mountain communities were cut off from the cities. No modern communication. People relied on the oral storytelling. Hashtag oral, Ron. I'm sure that's coming right away. But storytelling to explain natural events or pass on warnings. Of course, there's a lot of deep ancestry there, like the early settlers brought their traditions of their ghost stories and witchcraft and lore with them, and then they were passed down and then combined with like the indigenous or native legends, and then even like African American folklore. So it just started to become this big blended story, I guess. So
You might be a redneck if, yeah.
yeah, you might be a redneck. Religion and magic were intertwined. So obviously, the South is very Christian, and yet it's mixed with this old world folk magic. So it even said that Bible verses are used in spells, in charms for protection. And of course, the old granny women, anytime you see an old lady in a horror movie, run. Scary stuff.
She will
So
eat you.
literally, what movie was that? Legion? I'm picturing that old lady.
Grim.
Oh,
The grim.
yeah, right. So if you have more cars in your yard than people in your house, yeah, that's fair. So I came across this one post where it said these are things that my Appalachian grandma used to say, and they are chilling. Like, they are so creepy. So
here, these are the sayings from an Appalachian grandma.
yes.
Okay.
Tie a red ribbon around a baby's crib or the wrist to protect them from spirits. Like, imagine actually thinking that spirits were going to come steal your baby.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. What else have we got here?
People still do that today.
Yeah, that's creepy. If you hear silence in the woods, run, because that's not a good thing.
Yeah, true. I've always heard that, because it's like if you don't hear the bugs, the just the noise,
birds,
that means there's something else happening nature-wise. You need to get the hell out.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. That's probably good advice, honestly. You probably shouldn't be in those woods alone at nighttime anyway, or the day, and no time. You should never be in the woods.
Because I grew up in North Carolina on Easter, the start of the Appalachian Trail. I've heard these things. These are all things that we.
Ugh, I hate it. I hate stuff like this. How about this one? Don't rock an empty rocking chair, because it invites the spirits to come and sit with you.
Yes.
Yuck. I don't like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, my grandfather, he was British, and he would say stuff like this, like, don't look in the mirror too long because you'll see the devil's face, like stuff like that. But this granny here on this one, these go extra. So if a rooster crows after dark, as we know, roosters crow in the daytime, it means that a witch is at work.
I've heard
that. Why is that?
Yeah.
Like, maybe roosters just crow.
Because she's using chicken or chicken feet to cast spells.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay, yucky. I'm glad Canada has zero history. If someone passes, carry the body out feet first, or the spirit may look back and take someone with them.
Yes, that's an old lore. Yeah.
Like, what if you took somebody out head first? People are actually stressing about this.
Yep. Yeah. Superstition.
I don't like that. Spirits are tied to bloodlines. Ancestors are always near. I don't like that. I don't like the thought of ghosts being around. That's for sure. Put salt in your shoes. Have you heard that one? Keeping
the shoes, but always the salt. But I've not heard the salt in the shoes. That's
it says keep them in your shoes to keep curses from taking root. So now you're standing on the salt, I guess. If you shiver, it means someone is walking over your grave.
I've heard that.
You're alive, though. Yes. You're alive. So
but it's all about past lives, right?
I don't
So,
like that.
yeah.
That's weird. I don't like this granny, that's for sure. And there's pictures of her too, and she's creepy.
Runs her to rooster at night. Yeah, somebody's doing a spell. Here you.
Ooh, I don't like that. You ever see those videos online of like people who have the ring cams, especially like trail cams if they've got property,
Yeah.
and all kinds of like weirdness is happening in their fields at nighttime, like rituals and stuff?
Oh.
I saw this one. It was like these two naked girls, and they looked like they were feasting on like a dead animal. And they were like, they were obviously high and obviously possessed, but like caught on your trail cam. Heck no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be moving immediately.
Well, I was going to give you some fun little facts on Appalachia. Some more.
Sure, go for it.
You want some more? So, the Appalachian Trail is one of the largest trails in the U.S. It spans over 2,000 miles.
Oh, wow.
Here to North Carolina, goes all the way up to Maine. So it goes across 14 states. But it starts down kind of like here in the Blue Ridge, right?
Oh, wow.
But so here's, like my dad walked it. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 months to walk. It's about 12 miles a day, but you're going through, terrain. But if you, to get one of the Boy Scouts, and Eagle Scouts, to get like your Eagle badge, you have to, one of the challenges is to walk the Appalachian Trail to get your Eagle.
As a child?
There's other, things that you can do to get your Eagle badge, but one of them is to walk the Appalachian Trail.
Here, child, go be alone in Appalachia for 2,000 miles.
My dad did that when he was 18 or 19.
Oh my gosh.
I've got 2 nephews that did it.
Wow.
Did that. But so the other fun thing about the Appalachian Trail, so post World War II, right? What was it? It was like the volunteer kind of getting our people to work, invest in our economy, all that. They started what I call it, the civilian, it was the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. That was I think it was like from 1938 to 1942. It was a program to revive the economy. So it was part of the New Deal, right? All that. Well, maybe you don't like that. Kind of reinvigorated our country and our economy. And so people that came back from the war, or people, that maybe didn't enlist and go out, they needed jobs. My grandfather was part of the CCC, and he was like a general or a sergeant, whatever. But it was to create the Appalachian Trail. They were assigned to create, so every, there were teams, CCC corps. There were teams all over the country. He led the team that actually created and paved the Appalachian Trail. So yeah.
Wild.
So when he passed away, he had all like his uniform for the CCC, all of his like badges and the pins and all that. And then he was the president of the Boy Scouts of America for Kentucky, the state of Kentucky. And he had so much paraphernalia and the badges, the patches, and all of that, the Boy Scouts of America of the country came in and they actually purchased a lot of his stuff because they were like, he has patches that not even the museums have. So so they bought all that stuff to put into the museum.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, there's my little connection to the nation.
I love the States because there's so much rich history. Honestly, Canada has very little history. Just because it's newer, obviously, it's only from the 1800s, not the 1700s. But yeah, you guys have such a rich history. It's very cool.
Yeah. But part of that, so they were, as they were building the trails, because, industrialization started to happen, they replanted like over 3 billion trees along like that to make it, the national forest, to really kind of have more public, but green
Mhm.
space that was preserved. And so, yeah, they kind of built the trail so it wouldn't disturb the nature.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
love that. Well, now I want to go. I have so many things to explore. Except I've heard you don't go out at nighttime. You
Yeah.
keep your window or your curtains drawn at nighttime. You obviously keep your door. Have you ever seen the movie? Or no, it's a TV show. Oh gosh, what is it? Is it called? Hmm, Now I'd have to think of it. No, I'd have to think of the name. But it's basically the same thing. I've watched a couple times with my husband. They're in this town that they can never leave, but like the windows have to be drawn at night and everyone's got to be in.
Well,
Otherwise, people scratch at the windows and they're like, "Let me in," and they shapeshift and stuff.
and it was like the M. Night Shyamalan movie that he kind
Oh
of
yeah,
based on. That was the little town that they
yeah,
built
The
in,
Village. That was a
like
great
the
movie. Hey,
village,
Danny.
the big twist
Yeah,
at the
yeah, the
end.
twist at the end. Whew.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
that they were, yeah, you would think that they were from the like early 1900s, and it's like 2005 that they're,
yes,
uh,
yes, From. That's right. I was gonna say that, but I thought that From was a movie. But yes, it's a show.
yeah, yeah.
Very, very creepy.
Danny.
Very creepy. Danny's here for 1 minute until we go. Okay, I've got a couple more things that this
Yeah.
granny used to say.
Oh,
Footprints in the dust or ash meant a spirit has come to collect somebody. That's yeah,
yeah, no, that's creepy.
yeah,
That'd be a way to like scare the bejesus out of somebody.
totally. If you hear your name called, do not answer, or you will invite a spirit in.
Oh,
Yeah, don't like that either. Cover
yeah,
your mirrors when somebody passes, or else you'll trap their spirit in the glass.
I've heard that. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's creepy.
Bells, if you hear a bell ringing somewhere, it means someone's going to die soon.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it meant an angel gets its wings,
I
but
did too.
I guess not.
Maybe
If you,
that was the movie that they were trying to like reestablish.
yeah, exactly. We're like, no, bells are good. Let's make it all about this.
Oh,
And Appalachian people are like, that's a lie. If you find a spider web over your bed, it's a spirit who visited you while you were sleeping.
ugh, that's scary.
Like, I don't know. I can't imagine living my life in a way thinking that things were always haunting me.
Right, coming. Like, what do you have to sleep with one eye open?
Yeah, literally. And the other thing is like the ghost lights. People are always reporting these ghost lights in Appalachia. So like all these mountain towns keep talking about these floating orbs that appear on the back roads or mountain ridges at nighttime. So the Brown Mountain Lights, for example, of North Carolina are the most famous. They're these glowing spheres said to drift across the hills, appearing for generations. People have been talking about this for decades. People say it could be spirits of native warriors, electrical plasma. Now, they also say in the Grand Canyon, I know we're not in Appalachia anymore, but the Grand Canyon, they also talk about these lights that show up in
Yeah.
the in the mountain or
Now,
whatever that is.
now I'm curious.
Yeah, right. The Mothman is another thing that people talk
Oh,
about in Appalachia.
yeah. Did
First
you see that
reported
movie? That wasn't.
Yeah, I've not seen that. Absolutely not. I don't watch stuff like that. But first reported in the 1960s in West Virginia, people described this as glowing red eyes and a wingspan of 10 feet.
Yeah.
Sightings then stopped after a tragic collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967, believing or letting people to believe that the Mothman was the harbinger of disaster. Bum, bum, bum. And of course, like witches and witches' balls, another reason why people say they see the orbs and the globes. Whistlers in the woods, they say too. If you hear whistling in the woods, do not whistle back. Have you heard that one?
No.
So,
But
like
I
a
was
lot of
thinking, like, yeah, because that means there's somebody out there
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
can kill
even
you.
if it's just a human, like, what are you doing in the woods at nighttime, my friend? Get out of there.
So if you don't
My
want to whistle back, so I'm going to go, oh,
Can you
there's
imagine?
somebody I
I'd
can
be
kill.
running. Absolutely not. I mean, in all these movies, these kids are always stuck in like a cornfield or like a forest somewhere. Like, why did you go in there in the first place?
Right.
Everyone gets lost in a cornfield. So no, it's not for me. Every post that I see about Appalachia, there's always people in the comments saying, I saw this, I saw that, this is real, the haunts, the Mothman, the Deer Man, deer, you know that one, the
I don't know
deer,
that
the
one.
not deer or whatever. And I've actually seen people post stuff like this. It's like this creature that like walks on four legs, but it's almost shaped like a human, but it's hunched over like an animal. And people say, oh, it's just like a messed up deer, like it's a mutant deer. But I don't know. I
That's
don't
weird.
know. I don't know what to believe. So
Well, that's
anyway, I won't.
these are all like written by women to like protect their daughters of like don't go in the woods.
Don't go
If
outside.
you see if you see a light, run. If you hear a noise, a whistle, go the
Yes.
other way. Because you've heard
Yeah.
the if you the test between bear and man. Have you
Hmm.
heard that?
No, just
Uh,
South Park, Man Bear Pig.
well, no, it's just like if you had a daughter, who would you trust? Who would you tell her
Mm.
to trust if you put her in the woods and she was out there between a man and a bear? Who would you be less afraid for your daughter? And
Oh, I
and
see.
the overwhelming like both men and women have 95%, like not like it's like overwhelming who said I would rather have my daughter be with a bear.
Ugh,
I
white
don't
women
know.
everywhere. They always say
That's why
that.
I'm like,
I don't
some of this
know.
just looks like it's the protect your your
Like, what
kid.
if he's a really nice man? Not all bears are, most bears probably will kill you. Not all men are going to kill you.
That was the theory of like you actually know what you're in for the bear. Like you already have a
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
versus a man, you don't know what you're,
But, I mean, I don't want to run into anybody at any time of the night. Let's
right.
be
That's
honest.
right. Yeah, I'll have to tell you, this just conjured up something of, so last night I went out to cocktails with a friend of mine.
Mhm.
We went walking. I'm doing my daily walks. And then I, of course, then had a cocktail afterwards. So defeated that. But we were so a friend of ours was like, hey, I'm I'm going out with this guy. Here's his pictures. We're like, well, who is it? I made him, met him on a dating app. We're like, well, send us what his profile pics look like. And we're like, girl, it was one of them was a mugshot. I was like, that was not a professional headshot. That is a mugshot. You can see like the mugshot, whatever the police thing, the number at the bottom. She was like, I thought that was just a headshot of his. We're like, no, that is a mugshot. Run, cancel the dates.
Hmm.
Do not go out with him.
I
Yeah.
mean, at least he's honest, or maybe he's not honest, but
It
like it's a
was
bold
like,
choice posting that photo because you think people would immediately know.
but that's like instead of him doing a selfie, he was like, hey, this is a good
He's like,
picture.
great headshot. Love it.
Great
It's just
headshot.
straight on. Yikes. Yikes. Elena says a bear won't SA you. I
That's
mean,
the whole thing. Yeah.
it might. Yeah, it might. But yes, Lena, I have seen that the video of the animal thing walking around. I think that's the non-deer or the not deer is what they call it. And then the guy, the 911 call, I have heard this too. He's driving and he's like, "It's in my truck," like freaking out. So it's pretty creepy. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what to believe. I mean, the conspiracy in me is like,
Like
yeah,
Bigfoot,
something.
we got Bigfoot sightings all the time in South Carolina
Totally. Yeah. And maybe
and Rhode Island.
yes. So I don't know. It's just interesting. Like I said, this is brand new information to me. Maybe not a month, maybe 2 months, but like very, very new.
Yeah.
I had no idea that everyone knew about this except for me. So I find it fascinating. So I've been
You need to
reading up
watch
more
the
about it.
movie The Mothman because it's Richard Gere. It's total conspiracy theories.
Okay, well, is it scary?
It's more thriller.
Okay, I like a thriller.
But there's optimism at the end.
Is that different than the Mothman prophecies?
That's the movie. It's
Oh,
like
it is.
Deborah
Okay.
Messing and Richard Gere is in
Okay.
it.
Okay,
And,
I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
But if I'm scared, I will not be happy.
You will have a couple of jump scare moments.
Okay. Then I'll watch it during the daytime. How about that? Okay, well, this has been a great show. Lena, Danny, Ron, thank you, of course, for your comments. Be back with us. What day is it? Thursday. Be back with us Saturday when Lena and Ira are here. I'm not actually even sure if just watch Officer and a Gentleman. Pretty Woman. There, I won't feel so bad. Be back on Saturday with Ira and Lena for sure. I just don't know if JP will be with them. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. I just opened my eyes. Let me try this again. Be back Saturday for Ira, Lena, and JP at 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. And then, of course, Kenny on Sunday. Oh, never mind. We don't have a show Sunday. Okay. All right. Well, then just be here Saturday.
Just be yourself. We'll
And
see
then be
you.
back Monday. Someone will be back Monday. Chuck for sure. Maybe me. Maybe Ron. Who knows? So thanks everyone for watching. And we can't wait to read your comments next time.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.